All right, in other big news, it's the kind of event that people in downtown Prescott will be talking about for years to come. A 3-alarm fire destroys a handful of businesses on the famed Whiskey Row. One of the businesses to fall victim to the fire, a saloon that had been a fixture in that downtown area since the 1960s. And today, locals and tourists flocked to the scene of the fire, curious to see what had burned and what was saved.
Mark Martinez is in Prescott tonight, and he joins us live with the very latest. Before we get started, up there, weather? No?
Not at all. In fact, John, I've been listening to our coverage back there in the valley, and we are nice and dry and sunny up here in Prescott. Some clouds, but nothing like what it sounds like is going on down there in the valley, although it may be making its way up here. But the real story up here today has been that fire from last night that took 60 firefighters to put out here on Whiskey Row. Today, a lot of people coming out here. It's always a popular tourist destination, but today even more so. People kind of curious to see the damage. That fire did millions of dollars in damage. But the business owners that we talked to today say they do plan to reopen. All day long, people gather along Prescott's historic Whiskey Row, getting an up-close look at the destruction caused by a fire last night that destroyed 3 businesses.
It's special, you know, particularly to me since I grew up here. And it is kind of, you know, tragic to see this.
This home video taken last night shows just how intense the fire was as it spread through the businesses, the buildings dating back to the early 1900s. Marv Cooker lives in an upstairs apartment right next door and didn't even have time to get dressed before he escaped.
Quite unusual, you know, something like this happened. Your whole life sitting up here, you know, so we have everything. That's all we have.
Fire investigators believe it started in the kitchen of Pearl's Place Cafe. You could see the roof of the business caved in by the massive fire.
It's our life. It's gone.
Christina Lucero has worked at the family-owned business for 4 years and came back today to get a first-hand look at the damage.
It was. Everybody was a family down here. We were all really close. We all took care of each other. It's crazy it's gone.
The owners of the Birdcage Saloon also lost everything to the fire. They've owned the business since 1969 and plan on eventually opening their doors again on this historic street.
I want to rebuild. I want to rebuild. And I hope and pray that it will happen.
It's been a great place, and maybe it'll rise again. Thanks for everybody that's concerned. It's overwhelming.
In 1900, all of Whiskey Row burned down in a fire, and when they rebuilt, they put in double firewalls between every other business or so. And fire crews think that that is really what helped this fire from spreading to the entire block. Now, between the 3 businesses that did burn, we understand about 30 people are now out of work. So the people of Prescott do plan on having a benefit concert in the next couple of weeks to try to raise money for those folks who now don't have a place to go to work. Reporting live in Prescott tonight, Mark Martinez, Fox 10 News.